Hello everyone and welcome to Movie Review UK. My name is MJ and today we are reviewing Don't Breathe. Now, this movie is a good couple of weeks old. It's been around for maybe even coming close to a month in the UK and certainly a fair bit longer in the United States of America. So why am I reviewing a relatively old movie? You know, usually we do it straight out the gates on Movie Review UK, or we review older films like Blu-ray films and such. Well, Blu-ray films aren't necessarily old, but you know what I mean. It's been a short while is kind of what I'm getting at. Well, the reason being is that I bloody loved this film. Spoilers straight away for my reaction, that is, not for the film. But yeah, I absolutely loved it. So, unfortunately, I do not know the names of all the actors or all the people involved. However, I can tell you that Stephen Lang is in it, Logan Lerman is in it, and Sam Raimi is involved in some way. It is well, it's kind of been marketed as a horror type thriller, and I think that's pretty fair, probably closer to the thriller genre than the horror genre. However, there are certainly some terrifying moments in it. Indeed, it does actually contain what I would possibly say, you know, it's sometimes difficult to say, oh, this is the most blah I've ever experienced, because the memory or the mind can trick us a fair bit. But I am pretty certain this is, if not the best, then certainly one of the best jump scares I've ever experienced. I think there really was only one jump scare, which was this one. It's not a cheap movie in that way. It's not trying to scare you cheaply at all. It's very much a well done, scary and nerve-wracking, heartbeat pounding making film. But there is this one little jump scare, and it's actually done quite early in the film and it comes completely out of nowhere, and I'm pretty sure I actually leapt up out of my seat. And perhaps, thinking back on it now as I say that out loud, perhaps that is setting the tone for the rest of the film. Perhaps that is getting you in an uneasy state, because uneasy is certainly a feeling that I felt throughout the film. If you're not familiar with the premise, you haven't seen the trailer, I'd strongly urge you to do so. I'd say maybe watch the first half of the trailer and have a think about whether you'd like to see it. Because it's basically about a group of burglars or thieves who target a blind ex-military captain or whatever house, who is blind, as I said. And basically they have to find their way out. It's not really a spoiler to say that they get locked in there. And yeah, they have to find their way out. Quite a big house as well, so it's yeah, it's not quite as simple as that, basically. As I say, I saw the trailer and I thought, I'm quite funny with trailers. If you're new to the channel, you might not know this, and if you're old to the channel, you may well know this, but I don't really like trailers. I don't like them spoiling moments for me. I'd rather discover them for myself when I see the film. If I have not heard of the film before, I've not seen the trailer, I will usually watch the trailer up until the point where I've decided I'm going to see it. With Don't Breathe, that happened to be halfway through the trailer, and so I closed my eyes and tried to cover out as much of the sound as possible. And also I find, even not being able to cover out the sound, I think that closing your eyes can be very helpful, because you tend to associate dialogue more with imagery. So taking out the imagery away helps you to forget some of the dialogue. But yeah, it's just such a great premise, and the film itself is just so well done. It really is remarkably well done in the way that it builds the tension, builds the fear, and just everything about it is really well done. All the characters are really good. You certainly, you know, feel quite on board emotionally with them, and there are some really shocking elements, both in terms of clever things that happen, clever plot points, to, you know, oh, some people get locked in a house and they have to get out. That's a very simple idea, but the way that they prolong that is fantastic. And in fact, I haven't seen the full-length trailer, admittedly, but I'm pretty sure that there is a gigantic plot point that is not in the trailer. And so when you find out that moment, you get to that moment, it kind of blows your mind. And the film is just incredibly well done. It's relentless. It is absolutely relentless. And just when you think that it's finished, it continues on. You have this great finale, and I'm like, wow, that was actually a really good ending to this film, and I'm massively satisfied. Wasn't the ending. Absolutely wasn't the ending. And what happened next completely surprised me and absolutely hammered home how good and how strong the ending for this movie is. Loved it. It shocked me. I was absolutely enthralled and thrilled the whole way through. There were moments where I could hear my heart in my chest just beating so fast. Really, I love this film. I'm definitely going to get it on Blu-ray. I think everything about it is fantastic. I'd actually go as far as to say that I would give it a solid 9 out of 10. Thank you very much for watching Movie Review UK, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new, do subscribe for more, because I'm just a passionate, normal film man person. I'm not like, well, you've decided if you like this channel or not already. Goodbye.